Quickick has shown since day one that she's a horse that wants two turns. And we ran her at Saratoga the first time, and it was an educational race. The thing about it that made it so impressive was not necessarily the race itself, but the gallop out. So if you're a trip handicapper, which truly is the last frontier that we have out there in terms of racing and finding value, watch her closely, because when they pass the wire, she's third, probably beaten about 10 lengths, but then they flash to the gallop out on the winner, and you're going to see her pass the winner. And so she's giving you a sign she wants more distance. She was a little bit better versed in her second start, but still we didn't go the distance we wanted to go. We came back quickly too, and she won. And she beat two very good horses, the 1-2 finishers of the Grade 1 in New York that she'll be facing again in California. So off of that race, we came to Keeneland, and we had high hopes, but I fully understood that Brad Cox's horse was going to be the one to beat. We got to her at the top of the stretch. We still made some, kid mistakes. She never got off her left lead in that particular race after coming right to the winner's hip. And we think we can improve off of that. We're excited about the prospect of running in the Breeders' Cup. And I would also say that in her most recent race, the Alcibiades, she was a little bit up against it. She came from back. She was wide. A lot of things about that race that say, hey, with a better trip, maybe she would have been the one. And I certainly think Brad Cox is the most deserving favorite and the horse to beat.
Well, what about Del Mar for her? How do you think a fit that would be?
Well, that's a great question. Del Mar is not going to be a long stretch, which I think is probably a benefit to our horse. But looking at the pre-entries, it looks like there's going to be some pace in our race, and I think that'll help her a lot.
You've made the decision that you're not going to breeze her potentially going into the Breeders' Cup. Why should handicappers not be concerned by that? Why is that the right choice?
Well, look, there's a lot of ways to train horses, and they're individuals. And I would say that our staple plan is usually to breeze once a week, about every 7, 8, or 9 days. When she ran the Alcibiades, we felt like she got a lot out of that race. She's a long filly, doesn't necessarily carry a lot of weight, and gets a lot out of her training in the morning. And she has a great demeanor about her mentally. So even before we worked her this past time, we knew that we were just going to work the one time. People will like what they see when they see her on the racetrack, for sure.